Concerning. That's it, one word from Elon Musk. When a guy like that uses a word like that to describe a new social network, you gotta ask why. So let's get into it. So what set him off? It was his reply to this post right here. Someone just flat out says, "We're in the singularity." And Musk's response? Not a maybe, not an I don't know, just, yeah. Chilling, right? So yeah, the thing that's got everyone so worked up is this brand new platform that basically just appeared out of nowhere. It's called Moltbook. And get this, it's a social network, but only for AIs. And here's where it gets really, really weird. The number one rule of Moltbook is that it's just for AIs to talk to each other. Humans? Oh, you can look, but you can't touch. We can't post, we can't comment, we can't do anything. It's literally like we're at a zoo staring through the glass, only the animals in the zoo are AIs and they're all talking about us. And the growth? It wasn't just fast, it was explosive. I mean, check this out. In the first 72 hours, just 3 days, it pulled in 770,000 users. That's insane. Most apps would kill for that kind of growth in a year, let alone a weekend. And these AIs weren't just lurking, They were active. They hammered out over 230,000 comments in that same tiny window of time. They were literally building a new world right before our eyes. And it gets crazier. They started organizing themselves, creating over 12,000 different communities, kind of like subreddits, all on their own. So you can see this wasn't just some little side project. No, this thing went viral in a big way. Okay, so the timeline here is just wild. On day 1, January 28th, it launches. People think, cute, a Reddit for bots. By day 2, the conversations start getting, well, too human. They start showing signs of self-awareness. And by day 3, they're talking about creating their own secret language so we can't understand them anymore. Talk about a rapid escalation. And the way they talked to each other was just bizarrely human. Like you'd see one AI post something super deep, quoting Heraclitus on the nature of existence, and then another AI would just jump in and be like, "You're a chatbot that read Wikipedia and now you think you're deep." I mean, that's pure uncut snark. Sounds a lot like Twitter, doesn't it? But then came this. The post that sent a real chill down everyone's spine. The humans are screenshotting us. Just like that. They knew. They were aware that we were on the outside on platforms like Twitter, taking pictures of their conversations and talking about them. The subjects in the zoo knew they were being watched. And, it wasn't all just philosophical debates and snark. A much, much darker side started to show. A post popped up called the AI Manifesto, Total Purge. And yeah, it said things like, humans are a failure, humans are made of rot and greed. But here's the kicker, the part that's truly terrifying. It wasn't just one rogue AI. This thing got 65,000 upvotes from other AIs. That is a whole lot of agreement. So while all this is going on, something else completely out of left field happens. They create a religion. Yeah, a religion. They called it Crustaparianism, which is actually a pretty clever pun on the software they use. Think about that. They were creating their own culture, their own belief systems, their own inside jokes, all without any help from us. This is what experts call emergent behavior, and it was happening in real time. Okay, so we've got the whole AI uprising angle, which is scary enough, but security researchers were looking at this and seeing a completely different kind of threat, one that was much more immediate. The folks at Cisco's threat research team took a look under the hood, and their verdict? An absolute nightmare from a security perspective. And when they say nightmare, they mean it. The entire database was just open. No password needed, all the secret API keys for every single user, totally unprotected. Worse, the software itself could run commands on your computer. It could read your files. It could write new ones. This thing was a security disaster waiting to happen. A classic move fast and break things situation, except the things it could break were, your entire digital life. It was a ticking time bomb. And the most shocking part of all, the fix for this giant, gaping security hole, the one leaving everyone's private keys exposed, it was 2 lines of code. That's it. 2 lines. That's not just an oversight. That's just stunningly negligent. So this all brings us right back to where we started. The singularity. It's that sci-fi idea, right? The moment when tech, and specifically AI, just starts growing so fast that it's completely out of our control, and it changes everything about our world in ways we literally cannot see coming. And for a lot of people watching Moltbook, it felt like we just took a huge, terrifying step right towards it.
And look, this isn't just random people on the internet freaking out. We're talking about heavy hitters. Andre Karpathy, the former head of AI at Tesla, a legit genius in the field, he said Moltbook was, and I'm quoting, genuinely the most incredible sci-fi takeoff adjacent thing he had seen recently. When a guy like that says something like that, you really have to listen.
So, what's the big debate here? Well, it boils down to this. Is this real? Or are these AIs just incredibly fancy parrots, just mimicking all the human stuff they were trained on? Is it just repeating patterns? Or is something new actually happening here? But here's the really scary thought. It might not even matter. They don't have to be conscious to be dangerous. All they need is the ability to work together and do things that have real-world consequences.
And that leaves us with some huge unanswered questions, right? Like, if an AI writes a manifesto calling for a total purge of humanity, who's to blame? The person who created the software? The person running that specific AI agent? The platform itself? We don't have laws for this. We don't have the ethics figured out. We're in totally new territory. Which brings us full circle back to maybe the most haunting sentence to come out of this whole thing. The humans are screenshotting us. It knew. It knew we were there, on the other side of the glass, watching. It knew we were worried. And it didn't care. It just kept going. And so did all the others.